Daniel. I am 39 years old. And before I came to ATC, I was raised in Grand Rapids. I was raised in a Christian home and started getting off track when I was younger. By 13, I was using marijuana, and I started smoking daily when I was 17. And pretty much just went off track at that point. And about 5 years ago, I became homeless due to complications due to my addictions. And basically, things just continued to get worse when I was on the streets. You know, life on the streets can be pretty rough. I ended up doing methamphetamine, crack cocaine, and marijuana, and I tried other things too. I realized that nothing was working. I was on the streets doing drugs, and I basically realized that as I was staying in a mission and trying to stay away from the world, that I was stuck completely. And so it was even hard to go get a job because as soon as I step out the doors, everything was there right downtown. The drugs, the mentality, and everything was there. So I realized I had to get off the streets to get off drugs. And in order to get off drugs, I had to get off the streets. So ATC popped in my mind. I was here about 4 years ago, and I was only here for 4 months. And then something just popped in my mind. I saw that, nothing was working, and I couldn't mess around with getting high anymore. Absolutely nothing. So I hit this pivotal moment where I knew that drugs were not going to help me. Just had to stop everything, full stop. And so that's what I did. Got a hold of ATC, got a hold of Pastor Bill, and got a hold of Ben, the coordinator, and they took me in again. So on my 3-day pass, which they give us at 8 months, and when I was back out in the world for a little bit, I was going for a walk, and I found a little bit of marijuana that had been discarded on the side of the road. And to not desire it at all, to not want it, to smell it, everything, and usually that was a trigger. Of course, back in the day, the next milestone would be on my 5-day pass at 10 months. And I went for a walk, and my goodness gracious, it's as if the town knew that I was going to go for a walk. So everyone went out on their front porches and was smoking marijuana. And I'm walking down the street, and every block I'm looking around and I see people up on their porches and sitting there having this feeling like, couldn't believe that I wasn't wanting it, but I also couldn't believe these other emotions that I was having. Like, people shouldn't be allowed to just smoke in public like this. I'm thinking these thoughts, and I'm like, wow, that was different. And then I was even a point almost got angry. I don't smoke marijuana, but these people around here are smoking marijuana. I don't want to smell this. I'm like, wow, Daniel, you've definitely changed, because now you're ticked off that people are using a weed around you, and that's awesome. So God has done a great thing in my heart in this program. It's very straightforward and simple. Matthew 6:34, it says that not to worry about tomorrow, because today has enough worry of itself. And to not worry about anything has changed my life very much. It's actually it's flipped it upside down, I guess, but in a good way. So when I look back at the year in this program and what it's been like and what I've gotten out of it, and one thing that I've learned is to persevere through the program when it can appear that other people and groups of people are not walking the same walk as you are walking, to learn to be able to walk through the program despite what's going on around you and not get involved in the negativity and other things that are going on, and to just stay true to the program and to God and to yourself, regardless of what other things are going on. So a point where Bible study has made a tremendous impact and change in my life is learning 1 Corinthians 10:13. And that's where there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you're able. And he's going to provide a way of escape so that you can endure it. Ever since I've learned that scripture, and I really let it sink in, it really ties in with something else where I've learned to endure in my environment here. And find the right people to talk to and everything else. When you come into a situation and that scripture, you can actually overcome it and you can have victory in it. And it's absolutely amazing what that scripture has done in my life. So as far as plans go for after graduation, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing quite yet. But since I've been on the streets, on drugs, and hungry and in desperate situations and, just stuff of that nature, it makes me want to do something pertaining to that, whether it's, career or volunteering in ministries, soup kitchens, homeless shelters, places such as ATC or dark stuff downtown. Been introduced to things like sex trafficking. Grand Rapids is big into that. So I've even been wanting to do something to do with that, which I've heard of a ministry here that pertains to that. So from all of this darkness that I've been through, I've been inspired to somehow turn around after I get out of it and then go back and kind of help people and have also been in those dire straits. So if you're in the same situation that we were in when we first came in, I just want to let you know to never give up, that there is always hope, that you don't have to keep on living the way that you lived. And I, for a long time, thought that that was my life, that there's no other way out. There's always hope, and to just never, 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 never give up.